Now, wait, hold on. Nope, wrong one. Here we are. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for personal persuasion with me, Muneer Al-Busaidi. What is up, everyone? I'm very glad you are here. You're joining me. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 6 tips for you to be living your best life. That's right, 6 tips for you to be living your best life. And this is actually inspired by an article on lifeoptimizer.org. This is, and I'm going to be sharing with you my personal take on this article, on the things that are being shared over here. But this is an article that someone wrote on lifeoptimizer.com. And do you like how I'm doing lots of fancy transitions as I'm talking to you? Yes, that's right. I think that deserves a little bit of a boom, but I will get back to you on the booms. Why am I doing that? Oh, you want to check out? I even got the GoPro going. Yes, and you can see my whole setup. Okay, so let's talk about the 6 tips for you to be living your best life. So ultimately, I think it's so important that we are in positions where we are able to achieve our full potential. You want to be achieving your full potential, and how are we able to do that? How are you able to reach that next level? So in this article, they talk about 6 things, and the first thing is having the desire for more. And this is I think a lot of people get this a little bit wrong in some senses, because someone says, oh, you shouldn't want more, you should be happy with what you have. I think it's not an or, right? You don't have to want, like, you're not wanting more at the expense of being happy. You can still be happy, feel blessed, and strive for more. That's like, I feel very blessed. I exercise gratitude every day, but at the same time, I'm very ambitious. I want to achieve a whole bunch of things. So these are not exclusive things. You can feel very blessed, very grateful, very happy, and want more. And wanting more means that you want to push yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can be. You're not willing to settle, because deep down inside, perhaps you know that you could be doing more. You could be so much more. Because let's be honest, like let's take a moment and let's be honest. Have you ever woken up in your adult life, looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, wow, I'd be further ahead by now? And the crazy thing is, so many people have, like, we've all kind of thought, like, wow, I thought I'd be doing more. And striving for more is about fulfilling that gap, like closing the gap, trying to do more, trying to be more, trying to be more than yourself. And that is such a big thing. So first thing they talk about is having the desire for more. The second thing is having the right role models. And I love this, because you see, so many people just want to try and figure it out on their own. But the reality is, look, whatever you're trying to achieve, so many people have done it before to a certain degree, and you can shortcut the whole journey by finding out from people that have been there and done that. When I do some of my courses and when I teach certain things, I tell people, like, hey, look, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I was never the sharpest tool in the shed. Like, a lot of my knowledge is based on, like, combined things from so many different people, inspired from so many different people. Like right now, I'm being inspired by the article that I read on the internet, and I just want to give my take on it. When you find people that have been there and done that, then you can shortcut the journey. I was a geeky kid, like the most awkward person that had no confidence. I found people that had confidence that were not confident before. I found people that were terrible with people that got great at communicating. I found all those things, and those made me a better communicator because I learned from the people that I found that were able to do what it is that I wanted to do. So who are you learning from? How can you shortcut the process? And do you need to love all of the person? No, not necessarily. If the person is amazing in one area of their lives, learn from them about that area of their life. And ignore the rest if that stuff bothers you. But if you find someone that is amazing at something, learn from them. Okay, so that was number 2. Let's go on to number 3, which is having long-term goals. How important is this? See, a lot of people aren't fulfilling their potential because they have nowhere to go. They have no destination to head to. Like, if you don't have a destination in mind, you're just driving around in circles. How are you going to achieve your full potential? How are you going to get to a worthwhile destination if you don't know where you're heading to? If you don't know where you're going? Let me share with you. I don't just know where I'm going. I remind myself of it every day. Let me just show you. This is my GoPro. You can see a little bit of my office. I've got a couple of my vision boards up there. So I got a couple of things around my office that remind me of some of the things that of where I'm headed. So I don't just have a clear picture in mind. And I get it. Sometimes many of you guys don't know where you want to go, where you want to head to. You know what? Where a great place to start is, find out what makes you happy. And then decide, like, say, if I had a magic wand and I could create the perfect future that had everything that I want in it, what would I have in it? And then just start designing from there. That's one of the simplest things that you can do in order to start. Maybe I'm going to look at the camera while I talk. So that's number 3, having long-term goals. So hugely important. What is number 4? So number 4 is be willing to pay the price. Here's the thing, right? I've seen a number of people, they go, you know what, I'm going to put it out to the universe and the universe is going to provide. And look, I mean, first of all, you're better than most people that don't say anything or don't get clear on what they want. So you're a step ahead. However, that's only a little step ahead. Like, you can't expect things to fall from the sky. There's a great saying in the Arabic world, which is trust in God, but tie your camel. And this is loosely based on the times of the Prophet, peace be upon him, back in the day, where someone went outside and was like, didn't tie his camel, and he's like, I'm going to trust in God and God will provide, and etc. And the Prophet just went to him and said, well, you can trust in God, but still tie your camel. And this is you see, you can put yourself out to the universe, and that's great, and that's the way you should do it. But do the work, right? You've got to do the work. Like, if you don't do anything, then how are you going to achieve your goals? How are you going to achieve your outcomes? So this is what that's what this is about. Be willing to pay the price. Put in the effort. Know that it's not going to come easy. Like, and here's the thing, it's the people that really put in the extra mile, go that extra effort, do what other people aren't willing to do, that get the results. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is keep taking the next step. So keep taking the next step. What do we mean by that? Success is a product of habits, of the ability to keep moving forward, right? Success is not an event. Success is a habit. In fact, I'm gonna Google this because I wanna make sure I know who actually said the quote. Success is therefore a habit. Yeah. I will share this with you. Okay, so it's Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Okay, so what does that mean? You are not going to become successful in any area of your life if you just work once. If you go to the gym once, you're not going to have a buff body. It is a combination of habits. If you go in one day for 8 hours or 10 hours, it's not going to make that much of a difference versus you going 10 times over a period of whatever, every other day. Like, it's, if you create a habit long term, that's what gets results. Success is therefore not an act, but it's a habit. That's what Aristotle said. And so hugely important that you keep taking the next step. It's not about doing things when you just want to do them. It's about doing things consistently. So that was number 5. Keep taking that next step, right? Okay, let's move on to number 6, which is building momentum. And again, this is a little bit like, it's sort of similar to what we were talking about, like keeping on stepping. The momentum, the hardest thing that you can do is just starting in the first place, right? That is probably perhaps one of the hardest things that most people will ever kind of go through. Just the ability to start. Oh, I'm sharing my screen. Hold up. Okay, there we go. By the way, I didn't do my dun dun dun, and that deserves a boom. So before, what I was, you see, like now, by the way, I'm able to do videos because I've been doing them for a fair bit of time now. And now I can do little like kind of live videos where I'm able to show something like a wink or whatever, you know. I'm able to do these videos because I have been doing them for a fair bit of time and I've built up momentum. However, the first video, oh my God. I mean, right now I'm doing a live video. Like back in the day, I would not even imagine doing a live video. I would take multiple takes after take after take and do it again and again and again, trying to get it right. And whereas now I'm sitting here, this is a live video. I'm recording live. I've got a whole setup. If I make a mistake, hey, I make a mistake. If I showed you the wrong screen, hey, I've showed you the wrong screen. So, but it took me a while to get to the stage. And the cool thing is I'm at a stage where I am going live, but I'm also, I'm doing cool little things like transitions and sharing my screen in real time. And that's because I've built momentum. The hardest thing to do is take that first step. That first step is perhaps the hardest. But once you've taken that first step, you've gotten past the hardest thing. So take the next step. And then the next one. and then the next one. And hey, you make a couple of missteps, you do a couple of mistakes. I've made a whole bunch. However, now, and I still continue to, yeah. Except now I'm getting a lot of momentum, and that's where you want to get to. So this is so this was an article written by Donald Latumahina on his blog. This was my take on that article. I hope you have enjoyed it. This is Muneer coming at you. Hold up, let me do a couple of last. Okay, I don't know. I want to give you a boom. Let's do a boom. So this is Muneer coming at you. Once again, this was Personal Persuasion with me, Muneer Al-Busaidi. One love, and I will see you on another video very, very, very soon. Peace out. One love.